Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I would like to talk about the winter grazing. This is the video number 2, part 2 in the winter grazing series. And today I would like to talk about how we managed to go through a major, probably the first major storm that we had that brought a couple of feet of snow as well as really cold temperatures right after that. I think the temperatures dropped minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit after that storm. But as you can see, this is the first day of the storm when the snow is still coming down, and we've been checking the cows at least twice a day. And here you can actually see how the cows are managed to go through the through some of the grass that they still can see. And the group gathered there, this is they're gathered around the salt, as well as I think back then the creek was still open, so they actually had access for the water. I think that day the creek frozen and everything they left with was salt. Here you can see our puppy. She's growing really fast, but this is coming helper. She's going to be a helper for us here. See on the background there's a few heads over there. They're still grazing the older paddock, and we are getting ready to prepare the paddock for them. But before we go there, I would like to kind of get a little closer and show you guys how the cattle are managed to they not really managed. It seems to me that they have absolutely no problem adjusting to these kind of conditions, and I think this is a pretty harsh conditions for the cattle. But this year is an experiment, so I'm trying out a few new things, and I just want to get where we can keep the cattle with very low cost, and this is one of the things that I'd like to prove to myself, let's say. Let's put it this way. So the cattle here on this video, as you can see, they're finishing up the side of the hill, and they're about to get moved to the area. I think I might mention it in the previous video or might not, but the area where they can, where we didn't cut the hay and the grass still standing tall, it's very poor quality. I agree with that. But for them, seems to be no problem at all. They managed to keep very good condition given circumstances, and absolutely no problem go through the very cold weather as well as snow. And the snow, like I said, maybe a couple feet, and the cows have absolutely they can actually get the grass and everything they want with very little problems. Right here we actually walking down where they have areas where they can hide in case of the wind. I purposely left them areas with some of the trees where they can actually go there if they need to and hide from the wind. Even though that storm, they didn't really brought too much wind. I think it's due to the factor that the area itself is surrounded by hills, and hills actually, look at this bull. It's one of the 2 bulls that we have, and he lost some weight, I think, after the breeding season, but he's actually picking up, seems like to me at least. Not much, not fast, but at pretty much zero cost. I think it's a pretty good deal. At least that's how I wanted to do it this winter. Like walking down further, you know, very slowly, because as I said earlier, this is day number 1 of the snowstorm, but we already had a couple feet, and I think the snow continued through the night into the next day, and the next morning we finally get some sun. The temperature dropped dramatically, but you know, we finally get some sun there. Yes, see, like where I'm walking, you can actually see the tall grass blades. I don't think the cows enjoy them very much, but it gives them the it's like it's actually working as a marker where the cows know that there is grass underneath, and they can actually use that as guide and pretty much just dig under the snow and pull out very good grass because when I try to pull out the grass from underneath, this is the area where they can actually I think spend the night under the tree, get together there, and we drop the salt right where they are standing right now. So one thing I wanted to make sure, and then of course I didn't have a chance to build up the mineral feeder. I would like to try the free choice mineral feeder next year, but I didn't want to start it going into the winter because I think that it's not the best idea, because they're just going to be eating that minerals like crazy because there's nothing right now for them except for that dry grass. But as you can see, the cattle are spread it out on this paddock, so they're not all together. So some of them finish eating in one areas, while the other just going different directions. So I see it as something that this paddock is pretty big with lots of fresh snow, as well as the cows are finding, every cow can find something for themselves to eat. So not that bad. So as I said before, we're finishing up that side of so we'll pretty much get to the end of the property, and this bin is actually pretty far away from the farm itself. And from that point on, I'm gonna bring the cattle closer back to the farm, where we're gonna be probably start feeding hay and doing some of the bale grazing. But before we get there, this is the area we're gonna move them. And this area, okay, so here you can see how the cattle actually go under the snow and pull out grass with no visible problems. And not just one or two, but all of them. And it's pretty interesting to see how if one cow, or heifer actually, right? They're still heifers, all of them. If one of them finding a good piece of grass, you can actually see that 2 or 3 join her, and they're just gonna dig in one spot. All of them is gonna be digging in one spot. But this heifer has actually found something really nice. I just kind of wanted to show you that even though it looks pretty empty, if you haven't seen what's been there going into the winter, but in some areas the grass was taller than 6 feet. It's overgrown, of course, and we don't have enough cows right now for this property, but we're gonna grow the herd and hopefully get to the point where we're gonna be having much better utilization of the pastures, as well as some of the areas where it's hard to cut hay or anything else. Okay, so this is the next day, and we're doing our daily move, and this move's actually going into the uncut hay portion of the field. The size of the paddock are not large at all. We just wanted to start smaller, just kind of see how the cows are going to be finding, what are they going to be doing. But right off the gate, they digging right into it, and the first few went over the electric fence. And this is another video, I guess, kind of talking about the electric fence in these kind of conditions. But it's doable. You can actually do it, and it's going to be pretty effective. Of course, it's much. Look at the cows. Are they having fun? They're running. The condition seems to be fine to me. They might lose a little weight, not dramatically or anything like that, but of course, in these conditions, the metabolism is going to slow down, and the animals will lose weight. I think they're going to be picking up right where they left once the snow when the snow melts and the grass appears. But yeah, you can see here the cows are getting right to work, and they have plenty of grass over there, and you know, we are feeling pretty good about how we manage the managed cows into the conditions, during the conditions like that. All right, so this is like I said before, this is video number 2 of the winter grazing. There's a few more. I'm going to be making a few more videos about how we are going through the storms and stuff like that. With that, I want to tell you to subscribe to the channel. Welcome, if you already did, to welcome back, and I'll see you next time. You guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you later. Bye bye. Okay, I think I still get some time, but yeah, yeah, you can see how some of the cows are actually they navigate to the edges of the electric fence, and then they just basically look at her. Look at this heifer. She is just having fun over there. All right, you guys. Hopefully you enjoy the video. I would definitely be glad to see you again. And with that, I would like to say bye and see you next time.